Hey guys, welcome to the pod.
The Pea Pod. I'm Ladle.
And I'm Peas.
And we've got a full ladle of peas just for you.
So let's get to it. You can't stop in the middle like that. Otherwise we get those entrances. Anyway, now that we have our songs for the week.
Yeah, we definitely have had this planned.
We have been listening to these for the whole week.
We've definitely thought about this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you want to go?
I do.
Okay, go.
This song is called The Pants by Brad Paisley. It's pretty good. Listen to the whole thing. I keep getting copyright striked for playing too much music, which is not a problem, but when you guys start sharing it with all your friends and family, we become so popular, it's going to be harder to keep copyright strikes not actually financially a problem. So I'm going to play this part of the song for you. There you go. Go listen to the whole song, please. It's a great song. It's very fun. It's about this guy. Like the first, the lyrics go, 36, 32, boot cut with a skull ring, grease stains, bleach spots, and a hole in the knee. You say the man inside those Levi's don't take orders, and she'll just have to realize you'll do as you, well, please. You wear the pants? Well, buddy, good for you. I'm so impressed. Yeah, whoop-de-doo. You need to know that ain't how it works. It's not who wears the pants, it's who wears the skirt. Anyway, it's a very fun song, so go listen to it. And also now it is Ladle's turn.
Okay, so a few years back, I was at my grandparents' house, and it was their anniversary, and they played this song in their house, and out in the golf room, and I just really like it, and it reminds me of my grandparents, and Grandma and Grandpa, if you're watching this or listening to this.
Which I feel like they definitely are.
Like they definitely are. I love you very much, and I miss you, and this is the song of the week for you.
Wait, let me play it.
Oh, I had it marked to a certain spot.
I'm sorry.
So
what was it called? Oh, hold on.
Happy Together by the Turtles.
Right. Okay, and then what part of it is the song?
At 34 seconds.
Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
How much? Do you tell me when to stop?
Okay.
So happy together. I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life.
So that's like the little snippet that you get, and I just love it, and it just makes me
song.
very happy, and
Mm-hmm.
it makes me.
It's one of the most. I feel like one of the most catchiest songs out there.
Yeah, it's an older song, but a good song.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oldie
you
but a
should go
goodie.
listen to it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have heard it, but listen to the whole song
So
because sometimes you.
I feel like
a lot.
it's very nostalgic to my childhood for some reason.
Really?
Like, I feel like I listened to that a lot as a kid, specifically when I was at my grandparents' house. I don't know if that's true or if that's just in my head now because of being there during their anniversary, but it was one of my favorite times to go visit the lake. Was that trip. I remember it. And I think I was up there for a bit. I think that's the time I was up there for like 2 weeks.
Dang.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That sounds awesome. Can confirm it is awesome.
Yeah. So shifting gears a little bit, we're going to talk about some obscure instruments, as I mentioned in Monday's episode. If you didn't go watch that, you should right now.
Yeah, seriously.
And it's a little shorter, so there you go. But we're going to be talking about some obscure instruments. And I was thinking about this when we were watching a show called The Legend of Korra, which is a little controversial in the community of Avatar: The Last Airbender because not many people like it as the sequel. But we're watching it right now because Pease here has never seen it, and I feel that it's necessary to understand the series. Anyway.
The franchise.
The franchise.
Because Korra is in the same universe and everything.
So, anyway, getting a little sidetracked. But they have
What's the show's about?
an instrument in their intro, and it's more so used in Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it's called the kalimba. And it's a very peaceful, very like kind of sound. And it's like a bell, but if you made it more like tangy. I don't know how to explain it. And that doesn't make any sense because sounds don't sound tangy. But I think you'll understand what I mean, hopefully, when you hear it. When Peas here plays it on the computer, but we are waiting for him to pull it up, so I am stalling. And now
Is this one that you told me to bring up, or did I miss? Oh, it's just the little thing.
Yeah, most people know what a kalimba is.
That is pretty nice. I like that.
It's not quite like a music box. It's not as like jarring as a music box sometimes sounds.
It sounds like someone's flicking it with their thumbs.
Yeah, but it's very nice, isn't it?
It is quite nice. It's actually a really nice little piece too. I like this.
Anyway, we should.
Anyway, yeah.
So the kalimba is a cool little like box sort of thing that has these metal pieces to it that are attached to like this bar up at the top. And when you
Push the
press
bar
down and flick the metal pieces, it like
Makes
resonates.
noise.
It resonates, and the box is actually hollow and has a hole in the middle, kind of like a guitar.
bring my.
You-
kalimba.
Oh, you have one, right? So it's like a box, and it's got this hole in the middle, so the sound resonates on the inside, making it that kind of more like full, like round kind of bell
Yeah.
sound, which I like.
Yeah, the bar there acts like a nut on a guitar or some. It's just the point at which the small pins resonate from, and so, interesting. I think it's very pretty.
Another one that I discovered this week, actually. Well, I've known about it longer than that, but I haven't really taken the time to look into it, so to speak. I was looking down in Towner Hall, where the Moody Campus Orchestra practices, and I was looking for an A clarinet because
Isn't
there's
A flat?
I don't think so. I think it's
Oh.
just A. So I was looking for this A clarinet, which is a little smaller than a normal clarinet. It's just a little higher pitch. It's like the piccolo of clarinets. But I was looking for it, couldn't find it. Instead, I found what is called an English horn. And the English horn is part of the oboe family, but it's like a bass oboe, but not quite a bassoon. So it's kind of this in-between, and it's got this funny little thing on the end of it that kind of is like a bulb, and that's the bell piece instead of like a normal bell you would have on an instrument. It's kind of like bulbous and looks like if you've ever seen like an onion that you plant in the ground.
Like this?
Yeah. That's what the end looks like to me. So it's a double reeded instrument.
Oh, that is looking kind of funky.
So
Oh, it's double reeded. I didn't know that.
yeah, it's double reeded, but you would think English horn. It's a brass instrument,
Yeah, it would
but
be
it's
like
actually
like
a
a
woodwind.
horn.
It's part of the woodwind family. So,
Huh.
and I don't enjoy the oboe. You all know this.
Yeah, if you were there
However-
for season 1.
However, I do enjoy a good English horn. And Pease is going to play it for you.
Okay.
Perchance, if we are so lucky.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
This is really pretty. This is a great piece. It's very much like if a oboe was a French horn.
It's like a bass oboe. That's what it is. It's not quite as bassy as a bassoon for the double reeded instruments, but it's right in the in-between. And I very much enjoy it. It doesn't sound quite as goosey and whiny as an oboe.
It's so nice.
And you can get a nice vibrato out of it, unlike the clarinet. You cannot do vibrato on a clarinet.
Huh. That's wonderful. I love that
Anyway,
a lot.
do you have an instrument that you would like to talk about?
Yeah. I have And we're back.
It's
Um,
actually the English horn.
That's the English horn. No, it's this thing called the theremin. It's sort of obscure, I would say, but not totally obscure. It kind of looks like this. And for those who are not on YouTube, I've got the pictures up here. It's basically what it is.
It's like a box.
Yeah, so it's a box. This is a more modern one. But it's a box that has two antennas on it. The one here on the left, that kind of, it's more of a circle. That is your volume or amplitude antenna. And then the one that sticks straight up from the side of it, that is your pitch. So as you move your arm, and there's a picture here of somebody kind of using one similar. Their left hand here is controlling the pitch, meaning whenever their arm goes up or down, that's how quiet or loud it is. And then this hand on the right that moves around in this space is moving the pitch around. So it's like they're using magic to like find where the note is to move it around. And I mean, I've never played anything. I've never been around anything like this, but it's all about electricity. So it's run by you. The electricity in your body is what moves and what does that sort of thing. And I don't know anything about like if there's any good videos on it or anything, because I haven't listened to any of them, but there's got to be something that's like similar to it, because I'd love to play some of it for you, because it's almost like a synth, a synthesizer that you kind of control with your hands in the air, and it sounds very, very interesting, very nice. Is this somebody playing it?
Theremin is also unique in that it's played without being touched.
Yeah.
The theremin typically consists of a box with two metal antennas, which create an electromagnetic field. The musician stands in front of the instrument and moves his
Isn't
hands
that so
in the
interesting?
proximity of the two antennas, which forms a capacitor between his hands and the antennas. The capacitance of the electromagnetic field
Said his
varies by the
hands.
I know.
distance
There's clearly
It's
a
a
woman.
woman.
The upright
Ugh,
antenna
I don't know.
controls the
I just think
pitch.
it's very cool.
It is.
So, yeah.
It's like they're holding a string, but there's nothing there.
Yeah. It's literally just invisible instrument, invisible sound.
Mm-hmm.
I just find that
Kind of sounds like, what are
fascinating
those
to me.
those things that are like octa?
Genarian?
No, they're like they got little faces. down
Ocarina?
at- No, not an ocarina.
Oh.
It's like it's got like a stick, and you play it's like a stylophone kind of a thing, but
A
what is
recorder?
it called? An octa.
A stylophone, like the one that you play with your mouth and your hands, that you go doo-loo-loo-loo-loo-loo, that kind of thing, but it's with your mouth.
Hold on, what is it called?
Is that what you're talking about?
No, it's like it looks like a music note, and you open up the bottom.
Oh,
with
there's a
your
little
mouth.
guy that goes. Yeah. What is that called?
Shaped instrument. Automaton.
An automaton.
Yeah, it's this thing. It's got like a little face down at the bottom, and you squish his face open, and that's what like amplifies how much volume you have.
Yeah.
And you play it like you would like a stylophone, but it's like with your fingers on the automaton,
Yeah.
and it's kind of funky. It's shaped like a music note.
It is.
And it's kind of fun, but they don't really sound very good. There was somebody that went on America's Got Talent with an automaton band,
No
and they got
way.
X'd so fast.
What? But that's
It was
so
actually
fun.
kind of cool, and then they all hated it. They were like, "It sounds terrible," and I thought it was so cool.
Bo's got an automaton.
Oh,
That's why I know. I've used one before. So
yes,
shout out to you, dude. That is so crazy.
yeah. But stylophone's another one of those kind of like electronic instrument kind of a
Maybe
thing.
not by volume, but just by pretty loud. Well, maybe just on the high. Like
Whoa.
it's piercingly loud, I guess. Maybe not by volume, but just by how high it can get. So, and then you have another switch that has low, mid, and high.
Oh,
and
it's got options.
automaton metal is almost entirely on mid. I didn't find, at least for my uses, for low or high to be very useful. So you have this one octave. Let me turn on the volume. I'm on 1. And then when you switch it to low, that low G sharp, I believe it's G sharp, is now at the very top.
Whoa.
But the low notes are,
The dude is like,
they get pretty low.
he's literally
and then,
playing music with it.
So, like, the chorus, I guess, would be.
I think you could really
And
utilize that
it's
for
got a cool
dubstep.
sound to it, as
Yeah,
well
probably.
as, you know, it's
Anyway,
Anyway,
enough with the automaton.
the automaton. That's Rob
Uh,
Scallion, by the way. Or Scallon.
Scallion? Rob Scallion.
Scallywag.
you Rob Scallion.
no. I've watched his videos before. That's how I knew I could trust his content. Was he's kind of a musical guy. So
Yeah. Also, when I was in Jamaica, I got to see a steel drum band. And for
steel
some
drums.
cultures, it's not as uncommon. But I feel like in the Americas, in the U.S., you don't see the steel drums as much. Other than you hear it in like very like tropical music. It's very tropical sound, and I like it because it's a very tropical sound. And Jess and I, my sister Jess and I, really like the sound of a steel drum, and it's one of those, yeah. Another seed,
No,
another seed,
it's awesome. You know what? Oh yeah. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, and on the Amazing Race part, one of the challenges on the show once was they had to learn how to play the steel drum for 8 measures or something. It wasn't that much. But so many people were failing, and then this one guy just comes up and he's like, oh my gosh, this is like right up my alley.
He just
and,
figures
passed
it out.
Immediately, and
Wow.
they were in and out and on their way. But I turned to Jess when we were watching it. I was like, I could so do that. She was like, I want to learn that. It's so cool.
It makes me think
they-
of.
They did this whole show. I mean, it was a whole chorus of steel drums in Jamaica, and they did like a whole show for us, and it was super cool. And I really liked it. It was one of my favorite parts of being there. So
That is super cool. It reminds me of in Florida when we go to see the mermaids. At Rats. What is the spring called? The spring.
Palm Springs.
No. Shoot, I can't think of it. We go to see the mermaids. The Wiki Wachi mermaids. They play steel drums like crazy and all over the place.
The wicka
The Wiki Wachi. And they're actually Jimmy Buffett is like all about Wiki Wachi. It's a popular spot he used to go. Elvis was there a lot too. It's basically a place where they've known to like they have this underwater theater, and then they have a big thick glass windows, and they have mermaids that do little shows, and they have air hoses that they breathe from.
Right.
And then they have, it's just actually really cool, and it's in this giant bottomless spring pretty much that nobody ever seen the bottom of, and it's awesome. But we got time. We can, if you have another instrument.
I was asking what time we were at, trying to be.
Oh, I mean, we're about
Discreet.
15 minutes right now, but
That's where we want to be.
I know, but yeah, okay, well, yeah. There's your slightly obscure instruments, but
So
the
there's
steel
more.
drum.
There's more, and we can revisit this topic another time.
Yeah,
Because there's tons of instruments that I'm sure we would love to talk about.
yeah, those are not even that obscure. There's like
No.
the sitar and like all the other crazy ones that have.
There's a lot of
400
cultural
million.
instruments.
Yeah,
that I would
maybe
love
we
to
should
get
do a
into.
cultural
instrument.
instruments. Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we will see you on Friday. For Fun Day Friday, we will be talking about our favorite PBS shows. If you're familiar with PBS
And games.
Kids, we sure are, and we would love to talk
See you there.
about that with you. So come tune in on Friday, and we will see you there for another heaping healthy ladle of peas. Bye, guys.